Monday, it was the showdown between Trump and Harris at the Constitution Center. And those of us who watched the debate, we saw how it actually went down. This is Tyrone Bowman live. Former President Donald Trump has stated that he will not engage in a second debate with Vice President Kamala Harris. And the question is, why will he not participate in the second debate? Because he was terrible in the first debate. Remember when he debated President Biden, and all news outlets for months they hounded Biden. What a terrible, terrible performance he had. A terrible performance. They would not let it rest. They consistently and constantly hounded Biden. He's old. He's senile. He has Alzheimer's. He's past his prime. He's not coherent. His cognitive abilities, they're not there. That's what he kept saying. And Trump kept beating the drum. And now he knows what it felt like when he debated Vice President Kamala Harris. Because, without a doubt, she put on a performance at that debate. And it showed. It doesn't matter whether the Trump team claims victory or defeat. It showed, and it is showing, that he's out of touch, he's out of date, his cognitive abilities are not there, he was not up to par. You can tell he did not prepare for the debate because he shot from the hip like John Wayne would do in some of those old Western classics. And that's the main reason why he will not debate Vice President Kamala Harris again. So according to Reuters, Republican nominee Donald Trump said on Thursday he would not participate in another presidential debate against Kamala Harris ahead of the November 5 election, after several polls showed his Democratic rival won their debate earlier this week. And you know what's sad? Because he's claiming victory on his end, and I watched a lot of film footage from Monday up until now. Even his own Republican allies from Fox, the racist and bigoted network, and all the allies that he has, they all talked about how inept he was during that debate. All he had to do was take the time to prepare, to read, and to study. He took it for granted. So the same thing that happened to Biden happened to Trump. Whether his supporters like it or not, whether you want to hear it or not, understand this. President Donald Trump will soon be 79 years of age. And it is clearly evident he's not the same now as he was in 2016. There's a big difference between his coherency, his articulation. He's constantly stammering, ad-libbing all over the place, talking about all kinds of things that just seemingly do not matter. Anything but the pertinent issues. And Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, on the other hand, they are thoroughly prepared. It will be interesting to see how the vice presidential debates are going to be. Quote, there will be no third debate, close quote. The former president wrote on social media, Cite Truth Social. What do you mean third debate? You only have one debate with her. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. What do you mean there'll be no third debate? You only had one debate. That was it. So where did the second and the third come from? You have to have a second debate before you can have a third debate. 1 + 2 = 3. And this genius proudly said that he graduated from the University of Pennsylvania, Wharton School, the business school, in economics. Well, someone clearly is not doing the math correctly. Trump had participated in the debate against President Joe Biden in June before his debate against Harris on Tuesday. What does Biden have to do with Harris? He keeps bringing Biden up. There's some fascination that he has, just like he kept stating in the debate that Harris was the president. Seriously? She's the vice president, the same way that Pence was a vice president to Trump, and Pence really didn't have any power. He never conferred with Pence. Pence really did not make any decisive decisions except being the president of the Senate, because the vice president is the president of the Senate. And I agree with that statement. He is scared of her. Just admit it. You don't want to debate her again, because in a second debate, not only is she going to roast you, Not only is she going to prevail, but she is going to demolish him if they have a second debate. That's the bottom line, because he doesn't want to face her again. All the terrible things that he said about her, when he saw her face to face, he looked deep into her eyes and he saw somebody that was serious, on point, and thoroughly prepared to go head to head with him. And clearly, she is prepared to lead this nation. Although Trump touted his performance on Tuesday against Harris, 6 Republican donors and 3 Trump advisors who spoke to Reuters earlier this week said they thought Harris had won the debate largely because Trump was unable to stay on message. And guess what? Trump is not going to stay on message. You can believe that, because he wants to do it his way. The debate attracted 67.1 million television viewers, according to Nielsen data. Harris, speaking at a rally shortly after Trump's post went live, said, quote, "I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate," close quote. While Trump said in his post that polls showed he won the debate. Listen, while Trump said in his post, Truth Social, man, it's called lying social. It's not Truth Social, it's lying social. You know, remove the goalpost so people can't win the game. That's what all dictators do. Dictators are authoritarian, they're totalitarian. They have all kind of games that they play with the people that they rule over with an iron fist. And in the end, they die lonely. They die broken. They die scared. Nobody really loves them. Over in North Korea, they have to fake and act like they're crying and they're so happy to see dear leader in the streets and all that kind of foolishness. They can't stand that man over there. So, while Trump said in his post that polls showed he won the debate, several surveys showed that respondents thought Harris did better, and she did. Among voters who said they had heard at least something about Tuesday's debate, 53% said Harris won and 24% said Trump won, according to Reuters' Ipsos poll released on Thursday. The poll showed that 54% of registered voters believe that the single debate between Trump and Harris was enough. And I agree. They don't need a second debate. Let it go, Harris. Let it go, move on. You won, be the victor, celebrate, campaign. While 46% had wanted a second debate. The majority of the debate watchers said Harris has outperformed Trump, according to a CNN flash poll released shortly after the debate. YouGov showed 54% of those surveyed said Harris won, while 31% said Trump was the victor. You know what gets me, and I have to laugh on this. Trump stayed at the Constitution Center. Harris left first and Trump stayed behind. And the reporter asked Trump, "Well, how do you think you did in the debate?" He said, "I won by 92%. That's what he said. Where do you get 92% from? How do you even come up with that? And he didn't like what the reporter said in response, or the interviewer said in response. You know what? Debates do not win elections. Showing up to the polls will win elections. Listen up, my people. Handle your business on November 5th. Stop playing around. Get off the Xboxes. Stop running up and down the streets doing dumb stuff. I can say it because I'm a brother from the hood. Put down your weed. Put down your liquor. Get rid of that cheap stuff that you keep getting from the stop and go stores. Pull it together. Know the issues. And do you know, because I'm going to do a thorough poll, a thorough program about what's up for grabs. Senators are up for grabs. Senatorial seats are up for grabs. Representatives, their seats are up for grabs. Congressional seats are up for grabs. This is not just about the president and the vice president. You need a Congress that's going to be willing to work with the next president of the United States, or else obstruction will come. That's what happened with President Barack Obama. The obstructionists of the racist, bigoted Republicans stopped so many things that Obama wanted to do. That's why he had to issue executive order after executive order after executive order to get things done. Handle your business, people. Do not sit back and count this one out. Don't take it as a joke. Don't take it for granted that Kamala Harris did well during the debate. She needs us to show up and show out. Do like they did in South Africa when Nelson Mandela went up against P.W. Botha. And Mandela was kind enough to give the former president of South Africa a position in his cabinet. Now let that sink in. Till next time, never surrender, never quit.